Today's episode is one I've been extra excited to record because it's inspired by some of the amazing teachers inside the Classroom Reset. Teachers who enrolled back in October and have officially completed all 5 steps of the course. Now they're at the point where they're doing what I highly recommend inside the course, a scheduled reset plan check-in. And it got me thinking about how powerful it is when we actually go back and reflect on our intentions, our strategies, and all those things we said we would try at the start of the school year. So whether you're listening in the fall or mid-January, or at the start of a new semester, or even right before you get a new group of students to join your classroom, this episode is for you. We're going to get super tactical today. I'm giving you 3 powerful ways to revisit your reset plan so that you can move forward in the best, most positive direction for the rest of your school year. Hey friends, welcome to Enjoy Teaching Again, the podcast for teachers who love the work but need a little spark to bring the joy back. I'm your host, Elizabeth Peterson, classroom teacher, arts integration specialist, and passionate educator of over 25 years. If you're overwhelmed by behaviors, disengaged students, and long, exhausting days, you are not alone. But together, we can turn things around and you can teach with confidence and purpose again. So locate that cold coffee of yours, find your favorite pen, I know you have one, and let's dive in. It's time to get inspired and enjoy teaching again. One thing I love about the school year and being a teacher is that every new school year is a new beginning, and that can be really exciting. But the beginning of the year isn't the only time to do a nice reset. There are so many natural pivot points, reset points, like new opportunities inside of our school year. After winter or spring break, at the start of a new semester, or when there's a huge schedule change, when you get a new group of students into your classroom, or in January, which is when I'm recording this episode. Even just when things feel off. Honestly, there really isn't a bad time to look at things and do a reset, because if you need one, there's no time like the present. Now, inside the Classroom Reset, we actually schedule a check-in point to review the reset plan that you create through the reset framework. And the reason we do this is because this process is really meant to grow with you and help you with an actual transformation inside your classroom. Because let's face it, you can create your plan, your reset plan, but then you'll always want to revisit it during any of those pivot points or natural new beginnings. So here are the 3 ways that you'll want to revisit your reset plan. First and foremost, I want you to celebrate what's now part of your teaching, what is actually become part of your teacher identity. When teachers create their reset plan, what you'll do is you'll tweak certain things inside your classroom culture, you'll tweak your engagement strategies, and you'll tweak how you support students' social emotional learning. And some of those things will just naturally stick and become who you are, part of who you are now as a teacher. What used to be a new strategy now just feels like it's second nature. So I want you to name those things and acknowledge how far you've come. It could be in how you now greet or check in with your students each and every day. Or it could be an arts integration in your back pocket strategy that your students really enjoy. So you have gotten used to just being able to pull it out a couple of times when you feel it's an appropriate time in your lesson. Or it might be one of the proactive strategies that you learned inside the first module that help your students to calm down and focus on their learning. If something is now solid, go ahead and check it off as a real win. And then you could even ask yourself, what's one new layer that you're ready to try next? Here's the thing, even if you have just one noticeable win, that's great. This is the purpose of those small steps. They really make a big difference in the long run. And it's important to remember that when you keep your growth intentional with those small steps, it's not overwhelming. And that's how the transformation can really start to happen. Okay, the next thing I want you to do with your reset check-in is to pull out the things you may have forgotten about or even put on pause. You see, with so many teachers inside the classroom reset, you make your initial reset plan. You intentionally list out and prioritize all the things that you really want to work on first, but inevitably things happen, right? Life happens. School schedules happen, and we can quickly push things off to the back burner or even just simply forget about them. So maybe you had a great strategy or a new routine that you wanted to try, but you never did. Or it could even be a specific student that you meant to reach out to about something, but then you just simply forgot. It happens. It's happened to me so many times. Now, this is the time to look through your reset plan and find those things. And you can even ask yourself, why did this feel important to me then when I wrote it down in my plan? And does it still matter to me now? If it still feels important to you, recommit to one of those things or tweak it to fit how your current reality is. Because, things change, and that's what your reset plan is. It's something that we want to revisit every so often because things are constantly changing. Now, the final thing I want you to do is to identify areas where you still need support. There is no shame in saying, I need some help here. Maybe there's something in your plan that you really wanted to try, but when you really thought about it, you didn't know how to get it started. Maybe student engagement is a little spotty, even though you are trying some of the engagement strategies that involve, play or creativity, or maybe some arts integration strategies that you need a little extra support with. Maybe your classroom culture just needs another boost. Now, this is exactly where the personalized support comes in. And if you are inside the classroom reset or you're thinking of joining, I'm so excited to tell you about a new bonus that I've added in, and that is personalized support. This is where you can ask me anything through email or a DM, and then I give you personalized feedback and ideas and support that go with your specific classroom needs. No matter what grade level you teach, how many years you've been teaching, what content you teach, or even your teaching style. Now, I've tested this out over the last few months with some of my teachers inside the classroom reset, and it was so rewarding for them and for me. One teacher, who was a 29-year veteran teacher named Vicky, she asked me a question about the Tableau strategy, and I quickly made a video for her answering her question and giving her some ideas of how to use it with her students, and she emailed me back saying, "Thank you so much. I wasn't expecting such a personalized response. I'm quite moved by this level of attention. I'm truly grateful." You see, inside the classroom reset, teachers can reach out to me anytime for direct feedback, resources, and suggestions that fit their exact classroom situation. This is not about doing it alone. It's about growing with guidance, and I'm excited to give that guidance to other teachers. So there you go. 3 things to look at as you review your reset plan. Things that you've made your own, things you need to revisit, and things you may need a little extra support with. I encourage you to jot these things down, post it inside your planner, use it as this week's teacher intention, and if you're already inside the classroom reset, reach out to me and share it with me. If you felt like you've had to carry so much of this on your own, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you've been expected to just figure it out, even when the behaviors get worse, the systems stop working, or you're on the edge of burnout. I'm sorry you've been told to make a plan, but never given the support to stick with it, or the space to revisit it when things shift, because, let's face it, they always do. Here's the truth. You've always had the best intentions. I know that. You've always cared deeply. You've always been willing to try something new if you think it would help your students or your sanity. But just like your classroom needs a reset, so does the way you're supported as a teacher. And that's why I created the Classroom Reset. It's not a script. It's not a one-size-fits-all behavior plan. It's a step-by-step framework that helps you build a personalized reset plan that actually fits your teaching style and your students. And then we walk through it together. You'll get the tools and the personalized support to make it stick. Plus, a built-in check-in process so that your reset plan can grow with you all year long. If you've been waiting for a plan that you can actually sustain, this is it. Enrollment is open for the Classroom Reset right now. So let's make your next step one that finally feels aligned. Go to theinspiredclassroom.com/reset to see everything and to enroll. I can't wait to see you inside. I hope this episode inspired you, encouraged you, or gave you a fresh idea to try. And if so, I would love for you to take a screenshot and text it to one of your teaching buddies. I'm so grateful that you landed here with me today, and it would mean the world to me if you would leave me a review over on Apple Podcast. Thanks so much for being here, and I'll catch you on the next episode. This is Elizabeth Peterson reminding you to get inspired so you can be inspiring to your students and enjoy teaching again.